Okay, so continuing the conversation around slowing down in order to be more effective in business. The next piece that I wanted to bring up is about daily practices. I've tried like various different like methods of tracking daily practices, and like sometimes I'll get like those monthly journals delivered, and then I'll like do 4 days of it and then like forget about it for weeks and then come back to it. I'm not wonderful at journaling daily. And or just having like a calendar that's on the fridge where you're like checking things off. But I've been learning about through pregnancy and birth and motherhood and through that transition about daily practices is to incorporate into your day things that support the body. And these can look like all different kinds of things for you, depending on what it is that makes you feel safe and comfortable and like gives you a sense of like feeling healthy and whole in your body. So the things that have helped me a lot are drinking a glass of water when I wake up, which is something that I even now resist. But I notice that when I do drink water first thing in the morning, I feel great, like better that whole day. If coffee is my first thing, it's just kind of like the whole day has like an edge to it. But if I drink water first, my body's like, thank you, it needed that. Having a consistent-ish wake-up time is something that Algernon has actually helped me with, because I will sleep in until noon if I have the chance to. But Algernon is a great alarm clock, and he always pretty much gets up between 7 and 8. Like, rarely is he waking up before 7 or after 8. So to me, that feels like a good wake-up time. Also, a part of the morning is that I love to take a shower, like a warm shower. It makes my body feel really nice and comfortable. And I also use oil before I get into the shower. And oiling is an Ayurvedic practice. Ayurveda has sort of this threefold way of looking at different types of bodies, and I encourage you to look into that if it's something that interests you. But dependent on your body type, there's sort of this like ideal daily way of living your life. And oiling is one of the things that's a part of that day. So I make an herbal infusion oil that is olive oil. And then I started down the road of becoming an herbalist, self-taught herbalist many moons ago, with essential oils. And learned recently that essential oils, I've always known this, but they're very concentrated, right? And you should only use like a very little bit of them. But something that you can do instead with things that are just growing in your garden is just put the plant material into the oil, and then it will infuse into the oil. So the one that I make has rose petals and lavender and rosemary and comfrey and calendula, and there might be one other thing that I'm missing. But I just put all those things into a jar with some olive oil and let it sit in a cool-ish dark place. And then pull it out and refill the bottle that I use as I need it. And it really especially helps in areas where, for me at least, in my joints, I've noticed that my lymph system is what clears the waste and toxins out of the body. That the lymph in my armpits and in my knee, the back of my knees, gets really backed up. And so oiling, especially in those areas, kind of has helped me to be able to like move that lymph through the body. And the lymph is something that has to be manually moved in order for it to get out of the body. So like using a brush to kind of like brush the outside of the skin helps with that, and that's a whole like another fun thing to look into if you're interested in it. So other kind of things that have helped me as daily practices are taking a break in the middle of the day. I feel like I get really tired in the afternoon, like right after lunch. And so having just some downtime in that zone is like really beneficial for me and my body. And then another thing that I learned as a part of this like postpartum experience is I saw a physical therapist for probably the first time in my life, maybe second time in my life, my first time as an adult for sure. And she has taught me how to like release muscle tension. And there's this thing that's called the Theracane, which is like amazing. And it's like a big can like this, and you like get in like your back muscles and your neck muscles, and there's like actually a joint in your neck right here that I didn't even like think about it, but of course there's a joint there. But like those muscles, I guess, can get really, really tense, especially if you hold your tension in your neck like I do. So just like having a daily practice of muscle release has been really beneficial for me too. So just those are some offerings, some things. Take them or leave them. If you have any like questions or comments, or you wonder like, oh, you mentioned this thing, can you give me more resources? I would love to do that. Just reach out.